Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So, nature. We did friends yesterday, so today we're going to do food and restaurants. Okay,
Okay.
okay, phrasal verbs, nouns, adjectives, phrases and collocations, and linking words, please.
Okay. To be reminded of dine in, dine out, ditch in, cuisine, meal, ravenous, ra-
Ravenous,
ravenous, nutritious, flavorful,
correct.
fuzzy eater, balanced diet, absolute favorite, artificial ingredients, daily basis, once in a while, nowadays, and overall. What is a ravenous?
Ravenous means you are extremely hungry. You
Okay,
haven't eaten in days. Any
like
other questions?
starving, right?
Yeah, like starving. Sometimes people are too busy to eat,
Mhm.
or when there are some people, when they are stressed out, they cannot eat any food.
Okay,
So when the stress level drops, they become ravenous, and they
mhm.
now they need to eat to make up for the day or the hours that they didn't have anything to eat.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Mm, no, that's all.
Expand your answer. When do you usually eat dinner? Let's look at the last answer.
Okay. Well, I get home from work around 5:30 and I often start cooking dinner right away. So I usually eat around 6 p.m. I'm always starving when I get home.
Almost like me. I'm always starving when I'm done working. Okay, so in your opinion, what is good about this answer?
Yeah, it's quite good. Like uh, the candidate can expand his or her answer very well. If I were her or if I were him, probably I will have like a comparison between the past and recently. For example,
Yes.
because in the past, when I was working as an English teacher, most of the time I usually have my class at 7 or even 8 p.m. So I have to have dinner quite late, or I
Yes.
just have a quick meal. Just yeah. So compared to the reason, compared to present, I can have dinner with my family at around 7 or 7:30 p.m.
Okay, very good. For me, my dinner time changes every night because I'm not sure if you've heard of this load shedding.
What is that?
Okay, load shedding is when in my city or in my country currently there is not enough electricity. So they do it village by village. Every day our electricity gets cut 8 to 10 hours a day.
Okay.
Yeah, and they call it load shedding.
Mm-hmm.
So at this moment I've got no electricity here
Okay.
because I fall under zone 16. So our electricity went off at 8 o'clock this morning, and it will go back on at 10. So they switch it off for 8 hours a day, but 2 hours at a time.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sitting without electricity till 10 o'clock this morning. Okay, so now we're going to know the difference. Common part one topic, hometown versus neighborhood. So your hometown is where you grew up as a child. If you grew up in more than one place, you can choose which place to describe. Now, your neighborhood is the street and streets around where you currently live. So, can you describe your hometown and then your neighborhood?
Okay. I spent most of my life in Bắc Giang province, my hometown also. This is a north. It is located in the north of Vietnam, and it takes me about 60 minutes to travel from my hometown to the capital of Vietnam by car. Recently, it is also my uh, regarding my neighborhood. I am living in a countryside. It is a small, like a small town in my hometown. It is quite even though it is a small town, it is quite lively. I mean, easily um, we can easily access to many um, entertainment centers or public transport here. um, the people living there are also very friendly, and because I spend most of my life here, so I feel completely familiar with everything here.
Okay, that's quite good. My hometown and where I'm currently living is totally different. I grew up in a very friendly place where neighbors would interact with each other and they were always there to help. Um, and in that hometown, I stayed for most of my life. We were near to the schools, near to absolutely everything. There was not a lot of scenery around, mostly houses, but yet because of the closeness of the neighbors, it was a great place to grow up in. My neighborhood that I'm currently living in, oh my gosh, I have not even seen a neighbor in the past 4 months
Why?
because you don't see them. They don't come out of their homes. If
Ah,
I go outside, the only thing you see here is houses. Even if I walk up to the local store, you do not see a single neighbor outside. So I've been living here for 4 months and I
mhm.
have no idea who my neighbors are.
Actually, I can see the same situation in in big cities in Vietnam too, like in metropolitan city. We completely do not know who our who who our neighbor are.
Neighbors. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. So I'm looking for a new place. I want to move back to where I come from. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at useful phrases. So sometimes you may be unsure about how you feel about a topic. So these phrases in bold can be used to express different opinions. So if you can please read them.
I had mixed feelings about starting abroad. I was extremely nervous, but also excited. Okay.
Yes.
He is ambivalent
Am-
about her
ambivalent.
ambivalent. He is ambivalent about her new album. He likes some songs but not others. Uh,
Okay.
what is the ambivalent?
Ambivalent is Similar to mixed feelings. So,
Mm-hmm.
when you are ambivalent, you also have mixed feelings. You contradict your ideas, like that. So, it is just similar to mixed feelings, just a higher level of grammar.
Okay. I still feel conflicted about rejecting the promotion. It was for more money, but I wasn't comfortable with all the duties. Okay. I can't make up my mind. Um, I am torn between going to Spain and Denmark. So torn is like the feeling that you cannot meet. You are not sure about the decision,
Yes,
decision that you would make.
correct. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on. Um, so, how often, Fee, do you cook? And would you like to be able to do so more often?
Mm-hmm. Even though I have to say that I'm not really a good cooker, but I cook every day. I mean, I cook meals for my family every day. I cook them for lunch and dinner.
Okay.
Um, Honestly, it is not it's not my interest. I mean, I am
Mhm.
not fond of cooking, but I have to. So, well, if I have a chance to choose, probably
Mhm.
I will not choose to cook every day. I
Mhm.
prefer to to clean dishes. Yeah, that's
Okay.
all.
I used to love cooking. When I got married first, I did everything. I cooked breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, Monday to Sunday. And then about 5 years ago, my husband's a chef, and then he decided he'll go into the kitchen um, and start cooking at home. So for the last 5 years, I have not cooked a meal because he's taken over. So he makes breakfast in the morning. During the day, I'll grab a sandwich when I'm hungry. But when he gets home from work, he does dinner and he does dessert. So he cooks Monday to Sunday, and I'm quite happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hmm. So, what dish do you most enjoy cooking, and why do you like making that one?
Well, that is really tough questions for me because, as I told you
Yes,
earlier, I'm not really into cooking.
cooking.
But my boyfriend, he is so in love with cooking. He said
Mhm,
that he can spend hours a day on
mhm,
reading a cooking books,
mhm,
or he can, learn how to make a cake or something like that.
mhm.
So I think this question probably will more suitable for him more than me.
Okay, no problem at all. So, when you get married one day, you will not have a problem with food. He'll do all the cooking. So, would you say that you have a healthy diet?
It depends on the period, I
Hmm.
guess. In the past, when I tried to lose weight, yeah, I used to have a very healthy diet. I eat a lot of salads,
Hmm.
and sometimes I try to eat vegetarian food in my country too. But sometimes I no. Recently, for the most day, I just want to have some cheating day. I eat
Hmm.
many. I eat much fast food like
Hmm.
um, fish and chips, drink Coke, something like that.
Okay, for me too. I like fast foods. I love it. Um, I also drink Coke every single day, so I definitely don't have a healthy diet. I like pastas, pizza, cheeseburgers, like that. But on a weekend, I absolutely love traditional foods, especially on a Sunday. Then my husband would cook three pots of food. One would be a vegetable food with white rice. Then we will make a fried chicken, crispy potato with yellow rice, and a must on my table on a Sunday is lamb curry with white rice and oranges on the table. So on a Sunday, it's traditional food strictly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so here we have the first answer. And then tell me what you think about it.
Okay. I try to cook nutritious meals on a daily basis. I enjoy cooking for the reward of eating what I have prepared. However, I would like to be able to prepare a proper breakfast more frequently. During the week, I only have time for bagel,
Bagel?
bagel, but on the weekends, I like to make pancakes or French toast. What is bagel?
Bagel is what it's actually a type of a bread, I think. I
Mhm.
used to eat it quite a lot when I was younger. It's a bread.
Okay.
It's a round bread with, like, the donut that you get with a hole in the middle.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's the bagel. They have like sesame seeds on top of that. You can either have it with just butter, but I like a bagel with cheese
Mhm.
and a good cup of coffee.
Mhm. Actually, in my country, people prefer to have meal with rice and some products relating to rice. We
Hmm.
don't eat like in European country.
Hmm.
People usually have meal with bread, right? Right.
Yes.
But in my countries, we prefer to have rice or some noodles
Okay.
for
Yeah,
meals.
I like the noodles too, but here in especially in my city, Cape Town, bread is something that everybody eats on a daily basis. Like we will have, instead of cereal, we will have
Mhm.
bread in the morning for breakfast. Then we will have bread for lunchtime too. In the evenings, in many households, if it's like a huge family, they will cook a pot of rice. But if it's 2 to 3 people, they'll have cooked food, but they'll eat it with bread.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm taking a look at the first sentence fee. I try to cook nutritious meals on a daily basis. Do you think that any one person can have that ability to cook nutritious meals every day?
Like if they are nutritious experts, I guess
Mhm.
they can.
Yeah.
Like they are very strict with their diet.
Yes.
uh I have a cousin, and he works as a personal trainer in gym. And
Yes.
yeah, he is very strict with the diet. He is very strict about diet that he has every day.
Okay. Mhm. Yeah. So if you're that type of person, then yes. But for me, I don't think I will be able to pass that test. Definitely not. Okay. I wonder what calzone is. Hmm. Okay, this is, you want to read this or do you want to skip?
Okay, we can skip it. I can
Okay.
review it later.
The same here,
Mm-hmm.
although I don't agree with this answer. I've read it already because I feel it's too short. There's not a lot of detail. Okay, so let's take a look at idioms, please.
Okay. Carry out or take out food you pick up from a restaurant and eat elsewhere. Elsewhere, like
Elsewhere.
to take away, right?
Yes, to take away.
Okay.
There is another phrase. Let me just give that to you in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Carry out, take out, takeaways. You can also say for here or to go.
For here to or okay. Okay. It's like a horse, like eat a lot. Yeah, I eat like a bird to eat a little. Okay.
There are people that eat like really little food, but I love my food. Okay, so let's take a look at confused words. Beside and besides, last and latest. Go ahead,
Okay.
please.
The restaurant is beside the bank, and besides basketball, I play soccer and tennis. So the first one means it's next to or
Yes,
nearby. Yeah.
yes,
The second one means in addition or
yes,
moreover. Okay.
correct.
I bought a the last ticket in the concert and just he just published his latest book. Uh, the last in the first one is like it is the last.
There's no more.
Yeah, it's no more. And the latest is the newest.
Yes, correct. Very good. Well done. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to practice again. Do you prefer desktops or laptops? And please tell me why.
Mm, from my perspective, I suppose that using a laptops would be much more convenient
Hmm.
because we can take it away easily, and sometimes um, so that is the reasons why I prefer to use a laptop rather than a desktop. However, in some special situation, I mean for a special occupation,
Hmm.
some people prefer to use desktop. For example, a gamer or a designer,
Hmm.
they need their device, um, you know, more stronger. So a desktop would be a perfect choice for them. But for
Yes.
me, a laptop is enough.
For me too, I prefer the laptop because let's say, for example, I go traveling. I can grab my laptop and I can work Cambly from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
So the laptop is, for me, the perfect choice.
Mhm.
Now, do you often use a dictionary?
Yeah, definitely. This is a very significant tool for me to improve my language ability.
Mhm.
If I remember exactly when I was in my salad days, when I first started to learn English, when the technology uh, um, haven't improved yet,
Yes.
I have to use a physical dictionary, and it's
Yeah,
very,
very thick,
yeah,
very
it's very
big.
thick. But recently, because of the improvement of the internet, I can access to many websites that allows me to translate foreign words
Yes.
very easily. And I prefer to use Cambridge
Mhm.
Dictionary. It
Yes.
is very trustworthy.
Yes, it is absolutely correct. Because I also use the Cambridge one. What do you use the internet for? I'd like to
Um,
hear your answer. I know it sounds silly, but I'd love to hear what you use it for.
I can say that I spend most of my day with the internet. For the
Hmm.
most part, for I use it for studying.
Hmm.
I mean, it is very important material for me to study recently. In the past, when we were locked down by the pandemic, I
Yes.
also had to use the internet to access my online classes. Besides, I also use it for entertainment, of course. I use it for access to YouTube, to my social media platform. And also, I use it to keep in touch with my family members and my friends too.
Hmm. Okay. For me, of course, I'm on Cambly on a daily basis, but to actually use the internet, I use it mostly for YouTube. I don't do any other kind of social media.
Mhm,
I like to watch short stories on YouTube. I like to watch food channels and, of course, designing. Uh, Other than that, I use the internet for translation as well, maybe from Arabic to English. If I have a new book that I'm reading, especially in learning about our culture, even going deeper, I would do a lot of research. Yes. So
mhm.
the internet is also really important for me. Now, if you could learn a musical instrument, what would it be?
Mm, I have never thought about it before because I am not really into art.
Hmm.
I mean, I am interested in listening to music,
Hmm.
but I think I mean, I do not have um, talent on learning some musical instrument. But if
Okay.
I have to choose, probably I will say that I will try to learn guitar because it is quite common instrument in my country, and it is quite easy for us to access some class to
Hmm.
teach us how to play guitar on the internet. So yeah.
Okay. When I was in primary school, I played the flute.
Uh
I was
huh.
very interested in playing the flute, and I did really well for my entire primary years. The beginning of high school, the first 2 years, I continued playing the flute. And after that, I kind of lost interest. And then I started doing crochet and knitting. But ask me to play the flute today, I have no more breath. I'm getting older. Because with a flute, you need a lot of breath, and I have got no
Yeah.
breath these days.
Yeah.
So I'm now not interested in any kind of instruments. What I'm actually interested in doing again is my knitting.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I used to knit quite a lot when a couple of years ago. So I'm actually very interested in taking up that hobby again. So I'm hoping to do that in the next month because I
Mhm.
need to go to the warehouse to buy what I need and then start with something small and then take it from there. So this is the end of today's lesson, Fee. If we see each other tomorrow, it's going to be technology. Okay,
Okay.
for tomorrow's lesson. I think I need to just open it for you quickly. So you
Can you introduce me some phrase of some sentence to close my answer?
Okay, I actually forgot about that. I'm so sorry. We have a few seconds left. Would I be able to send it to you in the chat on Cambly later?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I
Okay.
have another class now. So when I have a free time, maybe 5 minutes after this, I will send you a few in the chat. Okay?
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. You're welcome. Have a great evening. See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.